Has expired. Senator Joyce.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. My question is to the Minister representing the Minister for Climate Change and Energy, Senator Wong. I refer the Minister to the government's own modelling of the impact of the carbon tax, which shows that Australia's GDP will be over $1 trillion lower between now and 2050 due to the carbon tax, representing over $40,000 for every Australian. These are large costs to bear, and Australians would rightly expect some form of tangible benefit for bearing them. I refer the Minister to the Prime Minister's speech on the 23rd of July last year, when she said that as a result of climate change, and I quote, "the number of droughts could increase by up to 40% in eastern Australia." Can the Minister now confirm how many droughts will the government's carbon tax prevent?
The Minister for Climate, representing the Minister for Climate Change and Energy Efficiency, Senator Wong.
Did you commission the dirt
Thank you,
pile,
Mr.
George?
President. Well, the first part of that somewhat lengthy story of a question dealt with the Treasury modelling, and as I've said a number of times on this place, the fundamental set of findings from that modelling show that we can continue to grow our economy, increase jobs and reduce our carbon pollution from what it will grow to with a carbon price. That's what the Treasury modelling shows. I know that Senator Joyce, one thing I will say from him, at least he's been consistent on this. He's never supported it, and he was a pretty big player in making sure that he was a very big player in making sure that Mr. Abbott became the leader of the opposition. In terms of the science of this, Mr. President, we on this side have a very simple proposition, and that is that we think the scientists ought to be taken heed of. We think. Well, no, Mr. I'll take that intervention because it's very interesting.
Order. Senator Joyce. Senator Joyce.
Point of order. It's one of relevance. The question, Mr. President, says, can the Minister confirm how many droughts will the government's carbon tax prevent? So we're looking for 1 drought, 2 drought, 10s, 20% of droughts, because there's the Prime Minister who said it would reduce droughts. So I just want to know how many droughts it's going to prevent.
Senator Joyce, there's no point of order. I cannot instruct the Minister how to answer the question, and it would assist if there were not interjections from your side during your question, which diverts the attention of the Minister. The Minister knows to ignore interjections as they are disorderly, but they do not assist in the conduct of answers during question time. The Minister.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's just disappointing that people who call themselves Liberals are so illiberal when it comes to scientists in this debate. Now, Mr. President, we on this side recognise that climate scientists around the world are telling politicians that carbon pollution is causing climate change. We accept the climate science. I'd remind Senator Joyce that globally 2010 was the warmest year on record. For his information, it tied with 2005 and 1998, with the 2001 to 2010 decade being the warmest decade on record. 2010 is the 34th consecutive year with global temperatures above the 20th century average. Now, Senator Joyce and those opposite may like to dismiss these figures. They may wish to simply say scientists ought not be believed. We do not believe, on this side of the chamber, do not believe that that is a responsible act. It is not responsible for elected members of Parliament and senators.
Time's expired. Senator Joyce.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Order.